evening and welcome to this edition of Newsleader on 6. Today is Tuesday, July 31st, 2012. I'm Jim Fuller.
And I'm Chip Ramsey with a Saturday Independent newspaper. In tonight's news, justice has been served in what's been called the most brutal murder case in Coffee County history. The Tullahoma Fire Department's role in responding to medical emergencies has expanded. Congressman Diane Black stops by our studio and will speak with Coffee County Election Coordinator Vernita Davis about early voting turnout in the county. We'll have all those stories and more on tonight's Newsleader on 6. Stay tuned.
Tullahoma Surgery Center is Tullahoma's newest and most complete surgical health care facility. The center combines state-of-the-art surgical care with efficient, affordable, and community-based outpatient service. The staff is committed to providing the highest quality care in a warm, personalized setting. The goal is to deliver excellent care and make your visit a pleasant experience. Tullahoma Surgery Center, the area's premier surgery center dedicated to outpatient surgery.
Serving you as a local firefighter.
Proudly served our country in the United States Air Force.
Serving Tullahoma.
Helping our kids.
Hi, I'm Terry Stroop. Your comfort is our service. We'd like to thank Tullahoma for the privilege of serving your heating and cooling needs.
Tullahoma Drug has a gift for keeping well. You know about prescriptions, but there's so much more to tell. There's a gift for all occasions, for body, soul, and mind. Cards to show you care, gifts to show your kind. There are remedies and recipes and treats, you'll want to eat them. Stacks of books from famous cooks and spectacles to read them. Shades and frames, puzzles, games, dishes, plates, and mugs. We're a Tullahoma treasure. We are Tullahoma Drug.
Hello, this is J.D. Oliver from the Smokehouse on Mount Eagle Mountain. Me and my sisters Nancy and Betsy would like to thank you all for your continued support. This year we're celebrating our 50-year anniversary at the Smokehouse. In conjunction with our 50-year celebration, we are bringing Music on the Mountain every Saturday night, 7 p.m. till 10 p.m., featuring the best of Nashville. We have had some wonderful singers, hit songwriters, and Nashville's rising stars have taken the stage. Come out this Saturday night and every Saturday night through the end of the year. Make it a date night or bring the whole family. Help us celebrate 50 years in the community. Music on the Mountain is free every Saturday night at Jim Oliver's Smokehouse.
Hey, this is Sean Mayer. I'd like to invite everybody out to the Smokehouse every Saturday night for great music and awesome food.
Thank you very much, y'all.
Welcome back. Unemployment jumped in Coffee County by 0.5 point between May and June. The Tennessee Department of Labor and Workforce Development says Coffee County's jobless rate jumped from 7.7% to 8.2% in June. The department says more than 2,100 workers here are looking for jobs. The rate inched up all across southern Middle Tennessee in June. The Bedford County rate climbed from 8.8% to 10.2% last month, leaving 2,300 looking for work there. The Franklin County rate jumped by a full point to 8.9% in June, leaving about 1,800 jobless. Warren County's rate grew by more than a full point to 9.9%, where 1,730 employees were unemployed. Unemployment rates grew in all of Tennessee's 95 counties last month to a state average of 8.1%, slightly below the national average of 8.2%.
Justice has been served in what's been called the most brutal murder case in Coffee County history. Matthew Perkins, age 32, will serve 3 consecutive life sentences for the September 2010 stabbing deaths of a Manchester woman and her 2 young sons. The war veteran and former Army recruiter will serve life behind bars without the possibility of parole. Perkins, who served on an elite sniper team during tours of duty in Iraq and Afghanistan, confessed to the murders. He stabbed his girlfriend, Stephanie Hirschman, age 26, in the bedroom of her home off of Skinner Flat Road in Manchester, and then used a knife to kill her sons, ages 3 and 1. The bodies were found wrapped in plastic bags and stuffed in a closet 3 days later. Perkins was arrested without incident at a Tullahoma motel the same day. Prosecutors say the victims' families are satisfied with the sentence handed out by Circuit Court Judge Craig Johnson yesterday. Perkins will be transferred from the Franklin County Jail to state authorities.
The Tullahoma Fire Department's role in responding to medical emergencies has been expanded. Mayor Curley explains.
Well, I'm pleased to report some really good news, I believe, for the citizens of Tullahoma. For the past 4 years, the city government of Tullahoma, and particularly the Tullahoma Fire Department, led by Chief Richard Chasteen, has been trying to get a memorandum of understanding that under certain circumstances, when the ambulance is called from a home or business in Tullahoma, that the Tullahoma Fire Department will roll at the same time. Because oftentimes the ambulances might be in another part of Tullahoma, they might be returning from Manchester. Although we do have 2 stations in Tullahoma, we only have 1 ambulance at each location. So we thought it was important for the Tullahoma Fire Department to roll under 25 different life-threatening situations. Well, for the past 4 years, the city government has been working on that with very limited success. The ambulance authority gave permission initially for 6 of the 25, and then earlier this year added 1 to it. Well, that absolutely is not acceptable, in my opinion, for the people of Tullahoma. That we have trained first responders in the fire department, but unable to be called to life-threatening situations. So through a series of negotiations and some frankly behind-the-scenes work, the ambulance authority has agreed that when someone calls 911 under those 25 situations, all life-threatening, that the Tullahoma Fire Department will roll as well. So I signed that memorandum of understanding on Friday. I think it's really, really good news for the people of Tullahoma and could potentially prevent a life-threatening situation from getting really bad really fast. So, thank you.
We'll be right back with more Newsleader on 6. Stay tuned.
Hello, Trim McNabb here at Sam McNabb Chevrolet. On behalf of the McNabb family, I'd like to invite you and your family out to our grand opening all day, Friday and Saturday, August 3rd and 4th. We'll have great door prizes like flat screen TVs, an iPad, Apple TVs, and Garmin navigations. And of course, we'll have hot dogs and cold drinks both days. And my favorite part, stop by and meet the Titans cheerleaders. So come join us as we celebrate all month long our grand opening. I'm even going to invite my brother.
Mark, you've won just about everything there is to win in racing. What's next?
I'd like more people to know about ER Extra.
The emergency room at Harton Regional Medical Center?
I just want them to get the best care they can get.
That just gets me right here, Mark.
Maybe you'd like to pay them a visit.
ER Extra at Harton Regional Medical Center.
ER Extra. Extra fast, extra easy, extra great.
It is said that the eyes are the windows to the soul, and the Eye Care Center wants to make your eyes the best windows possible. The professionals at the Eye Care Center have been offering comprehensive eye care for over 30 years. From eye examinations to eye surgery, from children to seniors, we have the services you need. We pride ourselves on taking the time to fully understand our patients' wants and needs. Each patient is a unique situation and deserves our full attention and the latest treatment options. So call or stop by one of our 4 convenient locations and start seeing better today.
Do you have jewelry that you'll never wear? How about a broken piece that's stashed deep into your jewelry box? Don't let your unused gold jewelry gather dust. Get the most out of its value today. Bring it in to Woodard's Diamond Showroom for cash or store credit. Walk away with the cash or put your credit towards a beautiful piece of jewelry you will actually wear. If you need a repair, we'll have it looking like new in no time at Woodard's Diamond Showroom inside Northgate Mall of Tullahoma.
Welcome back. Congressman Diane Black was on the campaign trail in Coffee County yesterday and stopped by our studios. Let's watch.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're pleased to have stopping by our studio today Congressman Diane Black, who is running for election and now is our district here in Coffee County, which is the 6th congressional district now under the redistricting, will be part of Congressman Black's area, and starting I think in January. Is that correct?
That's right.
Okay. How has that affected the dynamics of this race as you're running for re-election? Because I think we traded off Rutherford County, among others, for Coffee County.
Well, about 30% of this district is new to the 6th congressional district, and it's really been fun for me because I'm such a people person and I love getting out and meeting new people and understanding about new communities. So about 30% of the district I've had to introduce myself to and have people learn about me and me learn about them.
I think your career prior to Congress was extensively in healthcare. Do you think that gives you an advantage as you go through the process there in Congress? And because healthcare is obviously a huge issue these days.
Absolutely. You know, I've watched healthcare swing from one side of the pendulum to the other, back toward the center, and now far over to the other side. And after being in healthcare for 40+ years, it puts me in a pretty unique position in Congress. And it doesn't take a whole lot for me to catch up to speed on whatever the subject matter is because I've lived it.
Do you find yourself frustrated at times with the way things actually come down?
Oh, yes. And, you know, there's frustration. When I served here at the state level, both in the House and the Senate, I recognize that the wheel of government turns very slowly, and you have to be patient. Sometimes when you have a good idea, it takes years and years before that actually comes to be. So it can be frustrating, but at the same time, I know that if we change things too quickly, it probably really wouldn't be good for our governmental process to bounce back and forth in a very quick way. So I'm patient. At the same time, I'm a fighter, and I will fight as hard as I can to make it happen as soon as possible.
Now, you're a relative newcomer to Congress, but you have quite an extensive career in government prior to going to Congress.
Yes, I did. I served 6 years in the House of Representatives, 6 years in the Senate, and had served underneath of a governor who was not of my own party at one point, and a governor that was under my party at another point. And I've just always been known as a fighter for doing what I believe I was sent there to do by the direction of the people. So state income tax, I fought against that, fought for children and especially children's issues, also healthcare issues. So that's what I've been known for.
Obviously in Coffee County, the Arnold Center is a huge thing for us as far as employment. How will you be able to help Arnold Center stay on track if you're reelected?
I think keeping in touch with those at the Arnold Center to find out what it is that will keep them strong. I've already been there and visited and have great relationships to make sure that we do keep this a very strong part of this community. Obviously, what they do is very important to us nationally as well, with the wind testing center there, the wind tunnel, and the kind of engines that no matter whether it's something that's governmental or it's commercial or even in space, it's all coming through there. And so this is an extremely important thing for our nation, but it's also important for this district because it provides a lot of jobs.
I believe that you are a member of the House Ways and Means Committee, which is hugely important. Tell our viewers a little bit about what they do and how important that is to our district.
Well, very, very important issues come through that committee, and one of the issues that is so important is taxes and tax reform for both the individuals, small businesses, and also corporations is important. We've worked now for about the last 18 to 20 months looking at our current tax system, and it hasn't been reformed since 1986. So it is very cumbersome, it's complex, it picks winners and losers, and we have been working on a plan that we believe will have its time coming real soon here when we have willing partners in the Senate and the White House to have a tax system that is fairer, flatter, and simpler, where government doesn't pick winners and losers.
I understand that recently, maybe even as recent as today, that you've received some very significant endorsements. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, I'm very proud today that the U.S. Chamber of Commerce has endorsed me, as well as NFIB, and I think that that will help the people understand how pro-business I am, knowing government doesn't create a job, but what it can do is create an environment by which a job can be created. And so those things that we've been hearing from our business owners, small, medium, and large, about the uncertainty is the reason why they're not growing. When they don't grow and they don't create jobs, neither does the economy grow. So I'm very proud to say that the Chamber of Commerce and NFIB recognize me as someone who understands the needs of our businesses, and that is less taxes, allowing them to keep more money in their pockets so that they can grow their business, as well as not continuing to put more mandates and more regulations on them, and allowing them to do what they do best in creating their product or their service.
Prior to going on the air, you talked about your grandchildren with a big smile. Does that motivate you to do what you do?
You're darn right. You know, they are the reason why I ran to begin with. When I looked at what was happening to our country and our country going further and further into debt, when our little Gabriella was born just 3 years ago, and knowing that she was over $48,000 in debt the day that she was born, it really made me think about, what do I want to say to my grandchildren as they grow old and they say to me, Mimi, why didn't you do something to save our country? I want to be able to say to them, I did. I stepped up and I did everything that I can to fight to shrink the size of government and to get our budget under balance and our spending under control.
Congressman Black, thank you so much for stopping by today.
Oh, you are so welcome. It has been my pleasure to be here with you.
Stay with us. We'll be right back in a moment.
Our office used to look like this, but now with my paper-free office from R.J. Young, it's easy. We've made all of our files electronic and stored them in our virtual filing cabinet, which gave us tons of space. And Bob here, a big promotion. Melissa can pull files in minutes and spends hours on Facebook. And Kyle's confidential files stay confidential.
We're not totally paper-free, right? Thank you.
My paper-free office from R.J. Young. It's that easy.
Hi, I'm Kayla Thompson. For the past 15 years, you viewed my father's commercials and watched us grow up. We're here today to say thank you for your continuous support and introduce the new faces of Thompson Ford.
Lori,
Josh,
Olivia,
Nick,
Michael, Nathan. Even though some of us are going off to college or moving away, we just wanted to say that you can always count on a Thompson to be a part of the community. Come and see us at Thompson Ford, Tullahoma, Tennessee. Thank you.
Whether it's a home loan, a business loan, a personal loan, a loan for any good reason, Citizens Tri-County Bank is here to help you with the loans you need. With caring, friendly lending pros at convenient offices across Tullahoma, we love our community and we take pride in helping people get the loans they need. Citizens Tri-County Bank, focused on making loans for the individuals and businesses of our community. Welcome to Camino Real, home of the area's most authentic Mexican food. Expect quality service in a friendly environment that features the only truly authentic Mexican food in the area, with favorites like tacos, fajitas, enchiladas, burritos, tostadas, freshly made guacamole, and Mexican rice, all made from scratch using homemade Mexican recipes and only the freshest ingredients. Come and enjoy a meal at Camino Real with the great food, friendly service, and warm atmosphere of Old Mexico.
Hello, I'm Steve Roller from Warren County, Tennessee. I'm running for the State Senate, 16th District, which includes counties of Warren, Van Buren, Grundy, Sequatchie, Marion, Franklin, and Coffee. Jobs are the most important issue in this campaign, which needs education and a skilled labor force, affordable health care, and better roads and water. All of these factors make jobs. I am a family man raised on a farm with a successful law practice of 30-plus years. I served as your state senator in 2008. I'm the most qualified and experienced candidate in the race. I would appreciate your vote in the Democratic primary. Early voting begins July 17th. General election is on August 2nd. I will not let you down. Your vote could make the difference, and I want your vote. Thank you very much.
Welcome back. Thursday is Election Day in Tennessee, and the early voting turnout has set records across most counties in the state. Coffee County is an exception, however. Jim spoke yesterday with Coffee County Election Coordinator Vernita Davis.
Vernita, we're seeing record turnouts all across the state in the early voting process. But how is that going in Coffee County?
Well, in Coffee County, actually, it's slower than normal. As of yesterday, we had a little over 3,079 voters. In 2010, we had 4,000 voters, and in 2008, we had 3,500 voters. So it just depends on what happens today as to whether we will meet what we did in 2008.
Okay, I would think that's a pretty big margin to make up. So this is being Saturday. I would think that would be unlikely, would you not?
Right, Saturday and half day.
Right. You have any idea why that trend is as it is in Coffee County?
There's just a lot of people in Coffee County do not vote. On a normal, it's about less than half of the people who are registered actually do vote.
So, based on the early voting totals that you've seen so far, can you make a prediction on the turnout, perhaps on Election Day next Thursday?
Well, I can say that according to our records, the Republicans is over the Democrats like 2-1.
Okay, so, and that's the case in Coffee County, right?
In Coffee County,
so,
yes.
Apparently the Republican Party's members are much more excited about this race than the Democratic Party members.
They're more active during this election.
Okay. Now, of course, this being the first year that we've had people that wanting to vote had to produce an ID. How has that went for you so far?
It has been very well. Very well. The majority of the people has their photo ID. The majority of the people are very happy that we have to have the photo ID. We have had 4 voters in this election who did not have it whenever they come to vote, but they have brought their photo ID in since they have voted.
Can you bring us back up to date about what is required so the people on Election Day can know what to bring with them? Okay,
they can bring their driver's license with a picture. They can bring a handgun permit, a veteran's card, a passport, any state or federal photo ID, and it does not have to be current. It can be an out-of-state driver's license if they've moved to Tennessee and haven't got their correct driver's license yet. It can be an out-of-state. It can be an expired passport or driver's license, as long as it has their photo.
Okay, on Election Day, kind of take us through the process. The polls open when?
The polls will open at 8 and they close at 7.
Okay. Now, there are voting machines all across the county, which you guys are responsible for. Tell us how that process works about you getting the totals back to the Election Commission and releasing them to the public.
Okay, at 7 o'clock we will close the machines down, and each machine has a cartridge that we open them up with and that we close them with, and those cartridges are brought into our office here, and we have a computer for a software program that reads the ballots for us, reads the totals for us, and we get it off of those cartridges. And if something should happen to those cartridges, in the machine also is a flash card that we can take the flash card out and read off of there. And then if something should happen to the flash card, then we can go internally into the machine to get totals.
So if all goes well, at what point do you think on Thursday night we'll know the results here in Coffee County?
It just depends on how soon the people gets their cartridges and things in, but I would say hopefully by 8:30 we'll be through, we'll be completed.
Okay, big day for you guys.
Big day, it'll be a long day.
Don't forget to tune into this week's Living Show tonight at 6:30 p.m., Thursday morning at 9 a.m., and Thursday, Friday, and Saturday evening at 6:30 p.m. This week's guests include Trent McNabb, who will invite everyone to come to the grand opening of his newly refurbished Chevy dealership in Tullahoma, and we'll see video where they gave a new car away to a lucky Tullahoma school teacher. We'll get a tour of the new National Guard building in Tullahoma, and South Jackson Goes Country is right around the corner. So we thought we'd turn the tables on Peggy Burton and interview her. All that and more on this week's Living. We'll be right back in a moment with more Newsleader on 6.
The highest standard of excellence requires dedication and commitment. It's established over time. You know when you see it. You know when you feel it. There's a standard of excellence in healthcare. It's the Joint Commission Gold Seal of Approval. In 2003, Life Care Center of Tullahoma voluntarily achieved this accreditation and maintains it still today. Life Care, meeting a higher standard because residents matter most.
Since 1889, Traders Bank has been helping our neighbors realize their dreams. Whether our customers are looking to put a roof over their heads, try their hand at entrepreneurship, or see themselves behind the wheel of a shiny new car. The folks at Traders Bank have always been ready to dive in with them. Because at Traders, we lend you more than just money. We lend you our good name. Traders Bank, you're welcome.
All right, the cat's out of the bag at Carroll Street Liquor in Tullahoma. Now you know where to go if you're planning a get-together and want the ideal wine or spirit. Party planning can be stressful, but at Carroll Street Liquor you'll find everything you need. Mixers, gift sets, and all of your favorite spirit brands. So if you're feeling the pressure to pull off the ideal party, come to Carroll Street Liquor and select among the seemingly endless supply of wines, spirits, gift sets, and more. Your perfect party, it's in the bag with Carroll Street Liquors.
Welcome back. Motlow College recently announced that Aaron Holland has been hired as the new head basketball coach of the Lady Bucks. Holland comes to Motlow after serving in various capacities over the last 5 years with Arkansas State University in Jonesboro, Arkansas. Athletic director and men's head coach Jerry Nichols served as the interim head coach of the Lady Bucks during the 2011-2012 season, guiding them to an 11-13 record and a 6th place finish in the Tennessee Community College Athletic Association standings. Holland played basketball in high school with his eye on becoming a Division I college player, but when that opportunity did not materialize, he set his sights on coaching instead. Holland has worked under 2 head coaches with Final Four experience. John Brady led LSU in 2006, and Richard Williams took Mississippi State in 1996. Aaron worked closely with both of them and says they taught him a lot about what to do and what not to do. Holland says moving to a new area has its challenges, but the transition has been made easier by the help from both his family and the Motlow family and the people of the area in general. We'll be right back with your weather forecast after these messages.
Are you looking for a new car dealer that offers no games, no gimmicks, no hassles? Then look no further than Russell Barnett Kia. Keith Barnett here today with my nephew Clay to tell you about the all-new 2012 Kia Optima. Yours today for $21,995 after rebates and incentives. With America's best warranty, the 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty, Kia is the power to surprise. No games, no gimmicks, no hassles. My question is, tell them, Clay.
Why buy anywhere else?
Around here, your word is your bond. But Washington politicians like Diane Black don't follow this rule.
I'm running for Congress to stop Washington from barring away her future.
But Diane Black voted for Obama's $2.1 trillion debt increase and the failed super committee.
Congress is spending us into bankruptcy.
And Diane Black voted against the $2.5 trillion budget cut. Stop Double Talk Diane Black on August 2nd.
Congressional Elections PAC is responsible for the content of this advertisement.
Welcome back. We'll take a look at your weather forecast at this time, starting with your weather history on the state. Our record high was in 1942 at 99 degrees. Record low was in 1985 at 52 degrees. Average high on this day is 87 and the average low is 67. For tonight, look for partly cloudy weather with a low of around 69. Mostly sunny weather expected for Wednesday with a high of 94 and a low of 70, and partly cloudy weather moving in on Thursday with a high of 94 and a low of 72.
Jimbo, we're going to be covering the elections on Thursday night.
Thursday night, and we'll have it live right here on Charter Channel 6 starting at 7 o'clock, and I think you'll be working at Fantasy 101.5.
101.5 FM on your FM dial. Yes, we'll be covering the elections with Wayne and Amber. So,
okay.
Should be good stuff, exciting stuff. Big election in Manchester. So.
That's right. Big 6th district race for Congress as well.
Absolutely.
So we'll have those Coffee County results for you, so please tune in either one of those places on Thursday night. That's our newsletter report for this evening. We invite you to join us each Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 6, 8, and 10 for Newsleader on 6. You have a good evening.
Have a great night.